What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be opening, give or take, roughly 100 free packs. So we have a lot. We have an awful lot. And the reason why I'm not too worried about going down to like 200k MT is that I know I have so many. I've got a bunch of fan favorites, Warp Reality packs. I got a bunch of actual good packs to open. Obviously, like these contract packs, and you can see we get Don Ole early enough, so like these go back to season 5. So I don't really want to open these. Obviously, I'm not going to open like all the like Coutinho, Mobley, Ron Harper, all these guys. I'll open a bunch of them at the very end of the year, because I reckon in like July or stuff, with all of these like duplicates I have, even if it's just discards, if there's no good exchanges, it takes like I get a seriously high amount of MT from all just of those cards. So Steve Kerr. Okay, that's probably about 1,000 MT. And I wonder, like, again, I'm going to put cards to the auction house, but there are some cards I will just discard. Like, if the Sapphire to Amethyst Current Series 2 or 3 card, it'll be sent straight to the discard. Okay, so next we have got... Well, I skipped through way too many of these. We get a Flash 7 Harden pack. This pack's not bad. This pack's not bad. There are like 4 or 5 glitch cards here. There's a bunch of hero cards. And we get Kevin Porter Jr. He's getting sent straight to the auctions. Again, there are some cards that you're going to send to the auctions. Other cards you're going to just discard. Because again, I don't have auction space for everything, unfortunately. But I'm going to end up doing that. Ruby Series 2 player. If please, like somebody's actually go for a little bit. Karl Anthony Towns. Pretty sure I already have him. I wish you could do like in FIFA and see what they go for in the auction house. I don't think he goes for much, so I'm going to discard. Apologies if I do. Like I'm going to lose out on a little bit of MT because I don't have enough space in my auctions for every one of these cards. But yeah, I actually like 2K have just given so many free cards. He's without doubt like 1100 MT. And 2K have given out a lot of good free packs and stuff. And again, like I've just been lazy with opening the packs. Like the only problem I have with all this is that you should be able to stack unlimited contracts. Like, there's no reason why you can't stack unlimited contracts like in FIFA. And, like, limiting it at 20, like, that makes no sense whatsoever. Actually, I know why it makes sense. Ooh, we got bronze range. That's not worth anything now, is it? I'll explain why it makes a ton of sense to limit contracts to 20. Because if contracts are limited to 20, people don't have like... Oh, we have bronze range again. People don't have an unlimited amount of contracts. Which means that people are more likely to use MT on contracts. And if people are using MT on contracts, it means that people's MT totals are going to be lower. And the lower people's MT totals are, the more likely they are going to be to buy packs. So every little thing that we'll always say about the game. And this is one of my biggest problems with 2K. And it's not the 2K... Like, obviously, it's a for-profit company. We know that. That's actually pretty good. Like, it's a for-profit company. I don't think anyone is under any illusion that it's not. Like, I don't think anyone necessarily even cares that the goal of 2K is to make a profit. The problem is that they actually... It's one of the only games, and I'm coming from someone who's played FIFA a serious amount this year. It is the only game that actively makes the game worse just to get more money. Like, nothing to do with gameplay. Like, there are a bunch of quality of life situations where there's certain like ways XP works. Ooh, diamond and an amethyst in one pack. There are certain ways XP works in certain situations. There's a Dame. No Harden. But so what was I gonna say? I lost track of what I was gonna say. But like not even just with XP, how XP works. There's a bunch of different situations in my team, I believe, where they've actively, like the contract situation is another one. It's just to try to bring people's MT down. It's the same with changing it up so that XP only lasts a week instead of lasts the whole season on new cards. Just deciding to do that in the middle of the year. It just shows that 2K will, again, they don't necessarily care about making their game enjoyable, more so than they want to make it enjoyable enough. And the difference between the game being enjoyable and enjoyable enough is it's the freemium problem. It's what people always say about freemium games. I'm trying to think who will be in my squad that doesn't have a diamond. Wiseman. But with freemium games, the whole purpose of them is they don't want to make them super fun. They just want to make them fun enough so that you keep playing the game. And that you're like, you're constantly needing to get new things to find any enjoyment out of it. And that's kind of why 2K, the model of the 2K My Team game mode is. Whereas for FIFA, yes, 100%. FIFA's more pay to win than 2K. Like, anyone who says otherwise is just wrong. FIFA is more pay to win than 2K, and it's not even close. Like, the amount of great, to be fair, you get a lot of free packs in FIFA, but it is more pay to win. And anyone who tries to argue that 2K is more pay to win than FIFA is crazy. The problem is that outside of like 2K giving budget cards to people, a lot of situations, again, like the contract situation is awkward. The way they've changed XP is awkward. The rewards all being luck based. The game mode is designed to pretty much frustrate you into paying money, rather than what like I would have hoped it would be, is that the game would be designed to be a fun video game, and for people, if they want to pay for microtransactions, can pay for microtransactions. The whole game mode is designed to frustrate people into spending money, and that's one of the things that I'm just not a fan of with the My Team game mode. I do like a lot of things about it though. I really like the free content. I like a lot of what My Team guys have, or My Team devs have done this year, and I think that these Unreal Silver and Bronze range, I think that this entire thing, I think these mechanics are like, these mechanics, I can guarantee aren't being put in by the devs. And there's even like one thing that happened. So this right here, Isaiah Roby, Thunder 3v3 assists. This was originally Thunder score 125 points. And instead of changing it to 125 points because people realized it was glitched for assists, which would have taken about 3 more clicks, they actually made it get 125 assists, which takes probably 5 times as long as scoring 125 points. Like, 125 assists is so difficult to get. Like, that is legitimately 2 hours in itself. Instead of, like, they literally made it more awkward on players. All for the sake of a couple of clicks without fixing it. And they actually have, the devs have said, like, the devs have actually come out and said that this never said score points. There are literal screenshots. Of it saying it. There are forum threads complaining, saying the whole thing is glitched. Like, there are literal screenshots, and they've come out and said, no, it didn't. And, like, it's just, it's just one of the things where it's like, there's so many, like, things that have been done well this year. And it's hard looking at some of the things that have done well, and then you just look at the overall just direction of the mode, and you're just like, I think from a competitive standpoint, from like just a balanced standpoint, it's the most balanced year of My Team ever. From a things to do standpoint, this is definitely the best year. But then there are people that, like, I've seen it from a lot of, I've been watching quite a few videos of people, and I've been reading it in my comment section. The people are full on addicted to this mode. And you might say, oh yeah, whatever. You might put me in that category, and to an extent, I would be. To an extent, like, I think I'm more so a workaholic than I am addicted to this game, which is definitely something that is not a good thing. But there are people at this game's taking over their lives, and it's mad. It's mad, like there are people who, during the LTE weekends, they'll spend more time on 2K than they will with their family. And it is just kind of crazy. But at the same time, I'm not gonna say that's a bad thing with 2K. Like, that's on the people, because 2K have given them the option to do stuff, and like, if they choose to do that, if they don't have their priorities set, then that's 100% not on 2K. Like, in fairness, it's one of the things I think 2K have done well this year is give people constant things. But it's just the way the game mode is just changed in its perception by people. Like, nobody's really. It's weird. 2K used to be, you would make your best team and you would go and play with your best team. And the game mode's really moved away from that. And I don't necessarily dislike it, because I don't mind the fact that it's become card collecting mode, because I really enjoy playing 3v3. I kind of enjoy playing 5v5. Like, I'm not going to enjoy every single game, but you know what? Like, I enjoy the squad builders. I enjoy the theme squad builders. I don't enjoy trying to win 12 unlimited games for a TJ Warren. But, like, I enjoy all the squad builders I'm doing. And for me, like, that's where I kind of have my fun playing. Like, I think my record this season is like, it's like 2-5 or something. Like, it's not good. But you guys, again, have seen the games that I've lost. You've seen the fact that I'm losing games that are with Muggsy Bogues against God squads and stuff. Like, I don't mind sweating in that way for videos, but it's just I don't know. It just feels like the whole like direction of the game mode has completely changed. Whereas it once was about building your my team, now it's more of just about collecting as many cards as possible. But that's not a bad thing. I don't even mind the card collecting purpose. But I think going into next year, just in terms of, because like the world's opening back up again, like life is starting to go on again, I think I'm gonna move away from like almost grinding for every single card. Like, I'm still gonna, again, like, I don't think the videos are gonna slow down too much. I think you're still gonna see probably 4 or 5 videos a day. But the fact, like, the grinding for level 40 rewards is something that I definitely don't think is gonna be worth it. The sweating my ass off at the game trying to qualify for 250, and like anyone who has come to the channel recently and has seen me play, yeah, fair enough, I'm not great at this game. I'll be the first to admit that I am. Unreal! Free Dark Matter! Please be DeRozan? It's DeRozan. Unreal, lads. Unreal. I knew we were going to get something out of these free packs. Free Dark Matter, DeMar DeRozan. That's not even one of the good packs. Alright, let's see what price he's going for. And this is when I'm going to get excited, because again, these are free. Is he a buyout? You know what? That's fine. Worst thing is that if I had opened that pack when I got it, I would have had 100 and something K, but look, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. 100k back then isn't that much. So at 90k now, that's me sorted. It's 90k for him. But yeah, like when it comes to next year, I don't think you're really gonna see too much of me doing like crazy grinds. And what I was about to say was, like, anyone who was a fan of the DBG channel around till about November knows that week 1, especially in the 250 qualifiers, like, I was hotly tipped to get through. Back in the stick shooting days, like, I was one of the 10 favorites to qualify, and I got error coded. Like, I didn't lose a game until November. Like, this year, I didn't lose a game until November. So it was like, basically, I learned how to play this game faster than everybody else because I sweated so much. Like, I played every waking hour of this game. I was playing unlimited. I was labbing. I was playing so much of this game at the start of the year, just to try qualify for 250, because I knew that I was like, once I qualified for 250, that it would be a case of, I don't know, that it would just kind of shut people up. And the fact that I got error code when I was probably going to was a bit of a disaster. But look, it's not. That's dumb by me. But it's not a big deal in the slightest. But that's something I'm not doing next year. That is something I'm definitely not doing next year. I enjoyed this year. I really did enjoy the concept of grinding for cards, because I liked the way that I enjoyed the concept of grinding because I liked the way that you could get like a bunch of free cards and there were the agendas, the XP, but I think the novelties kind of wore off because like we did spend like a couple hours. Like I think I spent 4 hours getting Patrick Beverly. Like I'm pretty sure I spent 4 hours getting Patrick Beverly. Like that was rough. They were a rough couple of weeks or couple of hours trying to get Patrick Beverly, and like things like that, I don't think you'll ever see me do anything like that again. Spotlight Sims are a bit different, especially if Spotlight Sims are quick. Like I still might go and do Spotlight Sims next year. You're not going to see me do Domination at the start of the year anyway, because I've always said Domination is never worth doing, in my opinion. I do not believe Domination is worth doing. But like it is what it is. Like you can go and do all them. I have absolutely no problem. And fair play to the people that do grind the game. It's just I'm just trying to take everything just less seriously next year. Like it's just there are definite times where I'm like, especially during Spotlight Sims, that was kind of the worst, where I was waking up at like 7 in the morning. Screw up, just discard. I was waking up at 7 in the morning because I had someone grinding on my account from 4 p.m. until 7 in the morning. Obviously, I was paying the guy decent enough money, but basically he was on from he would grind from 4 p.m. till 7 in the morning, and I would grind from 7 in the morning to 4 p.m. It was like 100% time there was someone on the account, and apparently we lost people that weren't account sharing, which is impossible. It is impossible. But that's kind of the way it was. That was kind of what I was doing. And I just remember because I was getting up at 7 a.m. to grind, and I was going to sleep at 2 a.m. Like I was finishing work for the day at 2 a.m. So I was just sitting there like, what the hell am I doing? I've slept for 4 hours combined over the last 3 days and was exhausted just for a video. That's something I definitely cannot do next year. Because there's just too much. Like, if you want to grind for everything, there's just too much. Like, you're going to be spending 15, 20 hours a week grinding. And that's just not... I think that's kind of sucked some of the fun out of it. Although, that's one of the things that keeps a lot of people playing. So, Terry Stotts is actually a pretty decent coach. I hope 2K keep it in the game next year. I really do. Like, I think the XP grinding is fantastic. I hope that the experiment of what they're doing with only XP during while the cards are in packs, I hope that experiment is something we never see again, though. But I doubt it. I think that's going to be happening from now on. That's not bad. But sure, look, it is what it is. I think this year has been a really, really good year for my team. I think just the overall game mode. I think not everything's been perfect, because I think it's the first year of them bringing in XP. I think there was a lot of flaws in the game. Like, I think there were definitely... I mean, imagine winning like 10 games to get Victor Oladipo and Drew. Not even 10 games. This is like 12, 13 games to get Drew Eubanks and Victor Oladipo. These rewards for Unlimited are laughable. But I just kind of hope... I just hope some of the things that they can fix it and just make it just a better experience. And like, I don't think it's been a bad experience, my team. I think the gameplay is horrendous, and like, we all know the reasons why it's horrendous. Like, the gameplay is horrendous because it is horrendous because they never tested the speed patch, and the speed glitch is still on current gen, and they never tested the speed patch on next gen. So like, players can't run most players can't run anymore on current gen unless you're in the middle of a speed glitch, which basically means the only thing that matters in the game is being able to speed glitch. Man, imagine spending so much time to get this as your reward. Mad. Why did I send Tom? Screw up. But yeah, that is pretty much my thought. That's pretty much my just thoughts on 2K. Like, I just want next year to be better. Like, again, the gameplay, the speed patch, they did not test. I gotta back out. They did not test the speed patch on next gen. And I refuse to believe it. And, like, they came out and said it. That they don't test. Like, they do not, like, the devs will test the game, but they won't get anyone good to test the game. So, like, people learned how to abuse next gen straight away when they realized tall players are faster with the ball than without the ball. So a tall player with the ball is like twice as fast as a tall player without the ball. So, like, you literally can't, if you are on next gen, you can't keep up with a tall player with the ball. They're the fast, like, the tall player with the ball is the fastest player, are the fastest players in the game. So it's like, it's one of the things that it's very, very clearly wasn't tested. And then even with the people saying, oh yeah, they just don't test it with demigods. Man, Yao Ming is faster than Allen Iverson. Like, they didn't test it at all. They just they tested it in Park. Because the Park players complained the game was too slow. So they obviously tweaked a bunch of things in the speed to try make the game feel faster for Park players. And in the end, all they did was just didn't do anything. Like, they didn't do anything at all to improve the game. It just made the game worse. Like, there's no excuses for it. They just didn't test it. They put in a patch which fundamentally changed how players moved, which is the most important thing in a game. Like, how players movement, it's the reason why people didn't like NBA Live. Movement is the most important thing in a video game. I don't care what it is. If your player is clunky, or your character is clunky, and it's the reason why, for example, Mario 64 is seen as, by many, as one of the greatest games of all time, because the movement was perfect. And Bubsy 3D is a terrible game because the controls are clunky. Like, the players don't move properly. And they only tested it in one game mode. Because it's a weird one where it's like, the gameplay devs only care about play now, and play now is terrible as well. Like, if you put a good player in play now, it's even more broken than my team. They only care about two things: Park and how the game works when you play your friend, Lakers versus Nets. You're both sitting in the same couch playing Lakers versus Nets, or Park. Like, they are the only two things that the gameplay devs care about when they're programming the game. And that's one of the problems, is that 5v5 my team it's neglected by the gameplay devs, but in terms of the content devs and everything, it's where all the thing is. So it's like, nobody's happy. The my team guys aren't happy because the game, like, the my team gameplay is the worst it's ever been, and the Park guys aren't happy because there's no content. Like, there's not a good game mode right now in 2K. And yeah, obviously, is that Dark Matter? No. It's fine, that's Opal. If this is Giannis, I'll be happy. Nope, it's a diamond. It is Steph. I don't know why I thought that was Opal. But, like, screw it. I'm just going to start adding these all to the exchange. Get my 20,000 MT. But yeah, it's just one of those weird things, is that, like, obviously I know the actual gameplay, the actual my team devs, some of it is like BS that they've put in. They evidently have nothing to do with it. So it's like there's never a point, and I hate it when people attack like one individual dev, because that is never the case. Like, it's literally, with these devs, they'll pitch ideas and they'll either get approved or they won't get approved. Most of the time, they're probably not getting approved. But it's also a case of the devs are being told, like, the devs work towards money goals. Like, 2K will expect X amount of packs to be sold. They'll expect X amount of players on the game so that they can pitch advertisements. Like, that's what the devs are working towards, unfortunately. And it's just, like, it's real life. It's just a case of that. I think we all kind of understand that. It doesn't mean we have to be happy. And that's one of the things I'll always say is that I never understand why people are like, well, the devs need to, or 2K is just, it's a for-profit company. Why are you complaining? It's like, no, like, we're not complaining. Like, it doesn't, like, if they make the game worse to make money, like, we shouldn't just sit there and just accept it because that's just the way it is. Because it is. It's not going to change anything. It's not. Like, we can complain as much as we want. And the only times 2K are going to take action is if someone's complaints could lead to a bigger scenario. Like, for example, when 2K put Evan Fournier behind the paywall. 2K, for the first time ever, put a card behind a literal paywall that you could not get without paying money. And there was enough uproar, and 2K realized that, hold on a second, if we don't deal with this situation, oh my god, this is Nikola Jokic. This card might actually sell for quite a bit. 2K were like, if we don't deal with this, if we don't spend a bunch of time, if we don't get rid of this could be a bigger situation. Because what if gaming media picks up on this, that we've put a card behind the paywall, it's not a good look. So unless something can be seen by a casual non-2K player as a bad look, nothing's gonna happen. Like, if we see, like, if something's an absolutely awful thing, but it's only an awful thing for the hardcore player base, they don't care. And why would they care? Because again, the hardcore player base are the guys that are going to keep coming back. So I don't necessarily think the complaint, like, it's understandable. Again, there's no point in them putting in a bunch of work for something that's not going to lead to any sort of profit. So, like, it is completely understandable what 2K are doing, but we don't have to be happy about it. Like, just because you know why something's happening doesn't mean you have to be happy about that thing happening. It's basically the point I'm trying to make. But man, getting DeRozan basically has already made this. It's already made this a good pack open. I'm just gonna open the good packs now. I'm just gonna open these good packs. Pink diamond. That is probably Corver or. Oh, it could be Bubble. It could be Bubble. It's Bubble. It's Bubble. Let's go. Let's go. It's Bubble. Oh, he was so rare as well. He was so rare. I don't even think anyone's using this Miami playbook. That was like 10k last year. But he was so rare in those packs. Man, we've gotten, like, this is why again people are like, oh yeah, you're spending a bunch of NT. I was like, no, I got my free packs to open. I got my free packs to open from like the last 2.5 seasons. Trust me, I'm good. Imagine playing again like 3 wins to get a silver card. Next is now loyalty. I mean, I wouldn't mind a Hondo here. I mean, Hondo stinks, but I wouldn't mind him, just like we got Jokic. Okay. We got some big packs to open here at the end, though. Again, we got some more Warp Reality packs. We got some Fan Favorites packs. And we got an Enshrine pack. We got a Flash 9 pack. We can get a lot of good cards in these packs. No shake. Ronde. Oh, he's so bad. He's so bad. Like, he is one of the worst. He's one of the worst players I've ever used. I tried to use him last week in Limited. He is one of the worst players I have used in 2K. He is horrendous. Come on, Enshrine Deluxe. Give me Invincible Kobe. Give me Invincible Kobe. Amethyst. Larry. You know what? He carried me at times. He 100% carried me at times. Depending who to discard. You. Sapphires go for nothing. Sapphires and Emeralds are who you should be discarding. I'm pretty sure, unless Booker was probably a dumb one because he's in the playoffs. And you never know, Devin Booker could end up being in a situation where you might need him. Definitely not Levine. Yeah, that works. Just send him to the auctions because I assume he goes for more than 1,000 MT. And then we're obviously putting these contracts on Manute Bol because, well, I mean, he's Manute Bol, I don't think. Screw it, Nick Batum. Nick Batum is out of contract as well. Well, Manute Bol and Nick Batum, those two guys, they are some of the best. Like, Pink Diamond, man, the Pink Diamond tier is arguably better. I don't know, it's not better than the Opal tier, but I mean, a lot of the Pink Diamonds are better than a lot of the Opals. Okay, so we're just going to open some of the good packs, like the Warp Reality packs and the... Anything that's a promo or has the potential for like a 200 or 100, 200k card. Precious Achua. I'm almost certain I sold one him for 1100 or for 1200 yesterday, so he is discard value. Okay, let's scroll to the end. Because we got a few, again, we got a few Warp Reality packs. These packs were so bad. I remember doing a pack opening and I just kept getting Precious Achua. So it wasn't even that. I kept getting Darius Garland. I kept getting, not Garland. Okoro. What did I think? Okoro. Just because they both play for the Cavs. Wait, did I actually own one of my Tom Van Ardels? Because I could have swore I had 2 spare Tom Van Ardels. The Mantis Sabonis from Fan Favorites pack. I mean, he's most definitely not a fan favorite. You never know. Did the fans vote him in as an all-star, or was it the coaches? Okay. Ooh, Diamond Shoe. Give me Grinches. Give me Grinches. Give me Grinches. That's actually really good. It's a 3-point Kobe shoe. 170 pack. So, I mean, give or take, we've opened like 70. We've opened like 70 packs here. I'm just going to open again the good ones. Fan favorites. Well, I've opened around like 80 or so by the end of this. 80, 90. Christian. These fan favorites packs were terrible. My God, lads. They are terrible. Like, we're getting nothing. We're getting absolutely nothing from those packs. Although, like, again, we got Bobo and we got what you call it. Are there any good packs left? He's radioactive. Wait, I still haven't opened my Peja Stojakovic. I got him at the very start of the season, I'm pretty sure. Or did I get him at the very... Man, every Warp Reality pack's an Amethyst. You know what? Like, I can't complain. I got Bobo and DeMar DeRozan. Like, that is 140k combined at least. There we go. That's our last... This is our last good pack. This is our last good pack. We got Westbrook. We got Russ. Yeah, it's not great. At least we're gonna end. At least let's end it on a Galaxy Opal, I guess. I need to open all the like sharpshooter packs and everything. Actually, screw it. Let's go. T-Mac. Give me T-Mac. Give me T-Mac or Kareem. Or Giannis. Or Mitchell Robinson. That's fine as well, I guess. Definitely not what we wanted. But let's go and end it anyway on a Galaxy Opal. Let's end it on Peja Stojakovic for 1,000 wins in triple threat offline. I'm trying to think, how many hours is 1,000 wins? Like 80 hours? Yeah, probably like 80 hours. So like 4 days playing triple threat offline. I've played way too much of this game this year. I wasn't even close to that. I think I played like a couple of 100 games last year. And DeMar DeRozan has sold for 87k. And then what price is Bobo? Bobo should... I'm pretty sure Bobo is like at least 60k. And like he's a steal at 60k. He is a steal at that price for anyone who's looking. He's really good at that price. Like if you're looking for a Bobo or if you're looking for a card for like 65k or less, Bobo's the best. It's like 59k. Okay, you should sell for that. And that's us up at 350k. That's us up good again. We're looking good in terms of MT. And we have a whole bunch of players that we can sell. And we made well over 100k right there. So we cannot complain. So anyway, that's the video. You know what? We actually got a pretty good haul of free packs. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.